Okay, so as stated before, this barn has just a ton of character. There's several places that I could start, but I think I am going to start right here. And this is one of the nicer lessons. This barn is a perfect example of what we call negative space. So as you look at the barn itself, just really observe the barn, but then look at the openings. In between those openings is what we call negative space. And that's really what's going to draw an eye in to a piece like this. You could almost just do the entire piece with just this barn here, although I love the tree coming off the edge as well, which we'll notate here in our notes. But the first thing here that we're looking at when we're doing our sketches, of course, is the barn itself, which, you know, just rectangular. Nothing super exciting there, at least to start. And you got the little bit of a sloped roof, right, as it comes off. I do love the roof itself. I love the coloring of the roof. The coloring is just fantastic. Okay, got the barn coming down. Okay, coming down over here as well. Right here can make or break your piece. Okay, you can keep it sort of bland, just do some shading in. You can even do some different types of shading on the inside here of this door to kind of pull the eye in that way if you just want to do that. You can also show the through part. So the other part, like here in the middle, I'll show an example here. We got the other side of the barn. My note is going to be negative spaces. Okay, now we're going to focus our attention over here on this beautiful tree coming out. When you look at it, it's almost like it was just meant to be with the barn. It just adds so much character to it. So we're just going to focus in. I can do long ways here, just like so. Hopefully I didn't hurt the microphone too much, but we're just going to focus in here on this corner area along with the tree. I love how the branches and the trunk jut out like that on the tree here. So we're just going to focus again. Everything is a shape. So we just want the tree shown down here. That's kind of how it comes out with the branches. Okay, and then we have the side over here with the barn itself. And then it goes back that way. It comes down. I'm just using my graphite pencils today. Actually, I'll make my little note here. Tree trunk splitting out. So that's what's getting my attention coming out. And then those beautiful branches. You can get some really nice details in there with that. Okay, now speaking of hay bales, in one section here we have a lone hay bale, which can be a character all its own in your piece. So again, you just want to look at how it is in relation to the background, okay, and into the field in the back, along with the grass up front, and in relation to the barn. Now it's up to you as an artist. You can just show the basic hay bale, okay, get all the details in there for your final piece, right? Okay, so there's my character, there's my hay bale. Show some of the wood itself. That's fine. You can show some of the brush on the outside part. And then you have this beautiful field out here that you can show a lot of different things with. Okay, literally spend hours here. And I probably will on my, excuse me, other YouTube channel, which is James Hatfield Illustration, which I do have links in for it. Check that out. These barns will be coming up. I will be drawing these barns out on the show in my studio. These hay bales have some character all their own too, and if you add them out into the landscape themselves, this looks absolutely beautiful. So when I'm looking at the landscape, I see the shape of the hay bales versus the ground. So it's kind of triangular in shape. That shape right there, because remember, everything is a shape. That shape right there is what's going to dominate a piece that I would do. So I would put that triangle front and center. Okay, that's where my hay bales live. That's where they will live. Okay, then you got all this field out here. Okay, and you can do that almost however you really want to, but you got a little bit of a hill jutting up there. Got a nice hill jutting up here, coming back down. And then we got these excellent trees in the back, which obviously I can add details later because we got some excellent photos of them. And again, it's up to you artistically if you want to do the tops of the trees as well to add in some clouds, or if you just want the trees to just go on up. It depends on the piece itself. If you can fit the clouds in, I probably would. But really our main focus is going to be on these hay bales. So if I leave a little bit of space here, it kind of draws the viewer's eye out into here, and it could spread you out. So having that eye and seeing that composition here with these hay bales can really draw in someone's eye. Your main focus again is on these hay bales.
Watch the wind.
Okay. And another thing that you can focus on too with the hay bales to also help bring the viewer's eye up is contrast. So there's a lot of dark areas in these hay bales. I can focus in on some of these dark areas. Okay, and you can literally lead an audience's eye through a piece by just using some of this contrast. So by having some of this dark contrast down in through here, kind of coming out of the ground, you can literally lead someone's eye from bottom to top and spread it all around. You almost have like an oval type, peripheral type view with your composition. So keep that in mind too when you're doing some of these. Okay, and then I'll note the contrast.